Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, and we did it. We had a 24th place finish here at Toledo Bend, which is a huge relief because honestly, I told you guys straight up after practice, this was probably one of the toughest practices mentally, and just the fact that I just was not able to catch any like legit fish over 3 pounds. I mean, I don't even know if I caught a real legit 3-pounder all during practice. It was just a real big struggle, and I was really honestly kind of panicked about thinking about points of the year, because that's why I'm fishing the Opens, is to qualify for the Elite Series. And so just trying to figure out some type of pattern. I was catching fish up shallow, doing what I like to do. But the problem was I was only catching small fish. I felt like they were fry garters, they were skinny, they weren't very, they were mostly keepers, but nothing of any size. Like I very rarely caught a fish over 2 pounds. So, one thing I've learned over the last few years is, or the last really 2 years, is when things aren't coming easy, focus on what you're supremely confident in, and that's the shallow bite for me. I have a lot of confidence that if there is a shallow bite to be had, I can figure it out and I can make the correct adjustments. And so, after practice, I, kind of shook off a lot of that anxiety that I felt going into this event, and just said, we're just gonna figure it out, and we've got to get some opportunities if we fish good. And the first day, I was running into this major creek. I wish I knew the names of the creeks. I'd tell you guys if I did. It was like the second real big one up from the launch on the east side of the lake, and I get in there, and I'm meaning to go all the way to the back. I have an area in mind that I wanted to hit. But instead, as I'm running this channel, I look over to my left, and there's like this point of cypress trees that just looked really good. It was about it was probably about a 7-minute idle or something like that. So it was substantial like decision to go over there. But I did. I trusted my gut. I'm like, man, if things aren't working in practice, I just need to follow my instincts and see where they take me. So idle over there. As soon as I get there, I start noticing a shad spawn going on around the cypress trees, and I start throwing a Z-Man goat toad. And I'll go into the tomorrow's video. I'm going to be talking about all the tackle, all the gear that I caught my fish on during practice and the tournament. So look out for that video. But I did pick up that toad and caught some fish doing that. I actually caught 4 fish, and I wanted to duplicate that area, that type of area, to find another shad spawn, and ended up running up the creek again and heading towards the back, and then found another area on my Navionics map that looked good, and then I could visually see the cypress trees were they look good too. So I stopped there, and that ended up being my primary area, my primary stretch for the rest of the day. Ended up picking up a spinnerbait and just crushing them on the shad spawn early. I had a big lull in the middle of the day, and then I ended up catching a giant on a frog at the very end of the day. But yesterday, I was still very concerned, and I had 17-2 that first day. But yesterday, I was pretty concerned that we just didn't have any fish left, and the conditions were going to be completely different. The sun was out. There was hardly any wind. It just was not going to be ideal for for the shad spawn. And so I knew that window that I had open for until like 10:30 the first day, because I had clouds and I had wind, was not going to be open for very long at all, if it was even open when I get there. So I run to my best stretch of a shad spawn yesterday, and nothing's going on. The sun's shining directly on that bank. So after just a few minutes, I say, this isn't right. Let's go find something on the other side of the creek that has a little bit more shade. found an island that had some good cypress trees on it and a little bit of a shad spawn. I think I caught one there, and then duplicated the pattern on another bank that had some good shade and caught my limit there, and then just started picking away. And all day long I threw the frog. So just made really solid decisions. Like I say at the end of these videos, I trusted the process and just, you know, followed my gut, you know, so I had a really good event. You know, 24th, you know, a top 10 is usually on paper considered a really killer event. When you do everything that you think that you could have done and you do it to perfection in a tournament, even if it's an 80th place finish, you should feel pretty good about that, because, you know, not every event is going to work out perfect. And this one worked out about as good that I think I could have imagined, because you know, I just worked real hard and yeah, made those good timely decisions. I never once questioned my gut. I always just rolled with it, and I always seemed to be rewarded with some good coals and fish catches throughout the day. So this lake definitely has them. I was really surprised at how good the field caught them. It took 15 pounds even a day to get a check, which is pretty darn solid. Weights definitely just took a complete nosedive on day 2, and guys just didn't catch them near as well. That's why I could actually move up so much. And so it definitely, I think what happened the first day is guys caught them on the shad spawn really good or off the bed, and the day 2 it just was completely different. They either didn't have any more bed fish or the shad spawn wasn't there for a lot of guys. So I think that's the reason why things kind of flip-flopped. But in general, had a lot of fun this week. It was a roller coaster ride of emotions and anxiety, like I said. But in the end, we did it. You know, we got a really solid finish. I think we're going to be in the top 15 in points for the EQ, which is exactly where we want to be. So we're just going to keep on rolling. But anyways, guys, I really appreciate everybody's you know, encouragement this week, all the messages, all the comments. It is really awesome to have the support from you guys watching these videos. So I just really appreciate you. But anyways, I'm gonna be heading home right now. I got to get back to the baby and the wife. They need me. Hopefully I can you know, kind of relieve some pressure off of Katie over the next week or so before we head to Bugs Island. So the season is right now just starting to keep rolling. But thank you guys very much. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. Watch out for that baits video where I kind of break down all the tackle that I use all week here at Toledo Bend. I think you guys are gonna really like the baits that I threw this week. So thank you guys for watching. Follow the process, and I'm gonna see you out on the water.